So I'm going to tell you some stories from World War II. You can believe them or not, but you know they rewrite history in favor of their agenda, their narrative theory, which is a book I wrote, which I conveniently put in their path, or had one was put in their path. The war was horrible. Normandy was key. They basically lost the war on the first day, and it's made us fight for it for the rest of the foreseeable future. One of their main headquarters was in Normandy, just outside, and sort of in a building and whatnot. that was not fun. It's sitting in a bunker, a German bunker. It has a big long thing in it, and seeing them smile at you, and it's over, right? And they said, let's do this a little bit differently. Let's do it our way. So we went back. And it became basically a forward operating unit, and we did anything and everything to get by, including making up papers from the Fuhrer himself, going around as his elite team and asking the people for food. Because when you're out in the middle of nowhere, and they were so mad at us. One time, Mr. Hitler himself, Oof, we call him Oof, was sleeping, and he slept in. So we just went there for some odd reason. They couldn't tell the difference, and we told them to plan the withdrawal, and they began planning the withdrawal of their troops. Hitler woke up the next day, started laughing. We were withdrawing, right? We even did the Yellow Brick Road. Don't follow the Yellow Brick Road. We found a paint can, a yellow paint can, and we painted the rocks yellow, but some of them weren't rocks. On the other side of the ridge were about 50,000 Allied troops ready to come in. Sometimes it got so bad that we had to even pretend to be the Russians. And we'd fuck up their trucks, replace their guns with toy guns in the back, and they would eventually run out of gas as they were following the Yellow Brick Road. And we'd drive by and with Russian voices and ask them if they needed any gas. And then they got so mad. I don't know why. We just saved their lives. And when we were in these camps, you say, and they would give us beer, alcohol or drinks, and they would put hallucinogens in them. So we just kindly would go in to the they call it commandant's office and his stock and switch it out. And he got so damn mad, he put, until he found the person that had did it, he put his entire guard staff in basically an oven. He was about to kill him. So one of our people got the bottle, put a little note in it, and it said, "Meep Meep." Right? We have so many stories of the antics we pulled off there. Right? One time, and I don't know, it might have turned into Hogan's Heroes, but we, all of a sudden, Colonel Klink and all these people just disappeared. Where'd they all go? Right? I don't know if you know this, but being in a concentration camp is not fun. And they would gas you and then bury you alive. Right? We made little toys, and they looked like frogs, or wooden dolls. And then inside, we made them somewhere else. I was like, how the hell did you make all these? Every time they hit it, it had special stuff in it, and it would basically tell us where they were at. Mr. Oof is very, very, very special. When he got back to the planet he came from, he started screaming. And in those videos where you see the subtitles, that's basically what he did. Right? And I had a gun to his head. It was from one of my sons. And he preyed upon that gun. And as soon as I put it at the back of his head, I heard that prayer. And so that he's still guilty of war crimes. There are so many antics that we did. I mean, we tied strings to the propeller blades for an explosion. They were like, what the fuck just happened? We took their elite forces and redirected them. And we took their place. And they didn't think that shit was funny. So these are the kind of things that happen in war. And whatever I can tell you all, never eat the rations in war. Even if they're on eBay or whatnot, there's probably thousands of stories that take place. Right? We started a project after World War II because we knew they were going to come back. And I said if they ever come back, we're going to kill you. And they did start coming back. And the government and the military did not do what I told them. Right? And they tried to do what they did in Korean War. And, well, I don't know if you know this, but the wall might not be what you think it's for. It might be to keep the South Koreans from going to North Korea. You better not believe anything you see or read in the news. They're going to China. What were they trying to do in Vietnam? Make their way up to China. That being said, rethink the way you think about war. We don't go to war to win wars. We go to war to end wars, to fight for our inherent rights. These people came back. These are the same people who tried to do this over and over and over again. And they're still here now. And they're even more evil than ever. Have a good day.